Hello everyone, welcome to Working Artist Series. Today is our first episode. My name is Bashayer and my first guest is...
My name is Elias. I'm an artist and a designer. You can find me on my social media pages, Instagram, Elias Madan.
It has been a long time, Madan, since our last meeting. Where was it? Do you remember?
We first met in IGN, where you actually purchased an artwork of mine, which I'm grateful for. It made me really happy.
Yeah, it was really nice. I believe it was from the Triangulation project you had?
Which is my own brand, which I started around 2014. This brand would help me to brand my own self, and so people can know what I do. And why did you buy my work actually?
Well, the thing I loved about your work is that it was very consistent, and I can see that you can draw different portraits using this technique.
Did you notice a distinct style when you saw my work?
Yes, and actually this is our subject today, and this is why you're here. I believe that you have a lot of experience working with different artists. I believe you saw different works from the artists because you have the Art Hub project.
Yes.
So can you tell us more about it?
So the Art Hub was an evolution from Triangulation Store. So I'll just start with Triangulation Store and how I brought it up. So when I started Triangulation Store, I needed to find my own art style. I needed to get people to know who I am. So with that, I got inspiration from two artists, Picasso and Dali. From Picasso, he mainly used shapes to create his form, and Dali, he mainly used his personality to bring in the audience. So I combined these two and formed my own brand, where I used triangles to create my shapes. So after this, I wanted to take my art form into the business side also. So I created my own brand called Triangulation Store. So with this style, I could create my own products, t-shirts, canvases, and sell them. So this motivated me more to keep going and to keep doing art. Because making an income as an artist is really a dream.
Oh, good. Now we can see that we have some of your work on the table, so which one do you want us to start talking about?
So this would be the t-shirts which I started with.
Okay.
So this was my first project where I was like, what should I sell with my art on? And t-shirts would be perfect, as they could be walking galleries on people. So well, I started with this project is there was the event called IGN, which was my first event to just test the product. So during IGN, I created my products and I had no idea how it was going to go. Turns out I sold out all my products and it kept me going for years now.
That's great. I remember walking through your stall in IGN and asking myself, how did you choose the characters to draw on this t-shirt?
Mainly the characters I choose is basically character designs that I like and how it was designed and the character's personality. So sometimes I don't watch the show, but I just like how they created that character.
Okay, because you designed the artwork in order for it to sell. So do you like ask your friends what is popular, what people like these days, and you can do something based on it?
There are times where I choose something that's trending. However, I must like the own project that I'm doing. So I can't just do a project that's just trending out there. So I have to choose something that's I really like.
Okay. So do you also do some freelance work with art and design? Because I believe you graduated from the graphic design, was it, in your CV?
So commercially wise, I'm a graphic designer, and artist wise, I also made my artist business commercial. So I even do freelance work like branding, concept design, packaging. So I have the best of both worlds as an artist and a designer.
You know, so many illustrators, they find it hard to design a logo that's very abstract, that doesn't have all the details they're used to add when they're doing the illustrations. So did you have this challenge when you were a student back in
I knew there was a divide between being an artist and a designer, as it's two different mindsets you have to enter in. So when I started uni, I actually had the mindset already. Like I knew what was the difference between creating an illustration and a brand.
Now let's give back to Art Hub. Can you tell us about the importance of having a personal brand as an artist?
So similar how I branded myself, this is where Art Hub comes in. That's how I evolved the project into Art Hub. What I see in Bahrain is not many artists brand themselves, not many have their own styles. So with Art Hub, I'm trying to facilitate all these artists under one umbrella. So even to motivate them to generate an income, to create their own products, to gain exposure. So this is where Art Hub comes in.
So how many artists are we talking about currently involved in this project?
Currently, we have around 20 featured artists, and it's growing each day. So our main goal is to feature the whole GCC maybe.
And what is the criteria? Do you like choose them based on how strong their brand is? If they have, because I believe you have to keep a standard for the artists you feature in your project.
Our main rule is you must have quality artwork and a specific style that people can notice you for.
And did you have to reject any of the artists who came and they did not have this brand we were talking about?
There were a few artists where they were just starting out as beginners, but we gave them cues on where to go for their future and how to work on their brand.
It's really good that you actually gave them the advice, because sometimes, because you're an artist, of course, and you've been through these stages when you were developing your talent, I'm sure you tried out so many things and maybe sometimes you did not succeed in them. So when you deal with these artists who are still young and trying to do something with their art, you're kind of cautious with dealing with them. And you don't want to say something that's
Like just with my knowledge, like 4 years into this project, I want to give my knowledge to these artists and help them brand their own selves.
And do you do it by your own or you have a team?
Right now we have a small team of an accountant, because when you have a business, financial is their main importance. And I'm running mostly the management and the production wise.
And what about balancing between your day job and your personal project?
There has to be a balance. You have to learn how to balance it first, or it's not going to work. Like, I can be honest, like, it is very stressful, but how to overcome that is you just have to take breaks, learn how to take a break. So Art Hub is a business where we facilitate artists, where we can help them gain exposure, create their products, feature them. We also have a workshop program where artists can give out workshops to various children and adults looking to learn different styles of art, like calligraphy, mandala. So it's everything about art.
I'm sure that there are so many artists that are watching us right now who got excited and they want to be part of your project. So how can they reach you and connect with you?
It's a really simple process. You just visit the website. Then we have a feature artist section where they have to type in their social media about themselves, and we'll review their entries. And if you get picked, we send you an email. The main importance of having your own brand is so people can know who you are, like what you do and what's your own style. Because the way I see it, if you don't have a brand, you're lost in a sea of artists. Like you will be it's mostly like distincting yourself and being unique. So like stepping out there. So creating your brand is what helps you do that.
Do you have an example of a Bahraini artist who's very successful in having their own brand and people know their artwork only by looking at the artwork?
There's an artist who's just recently started his brand with us called Hussain. Okay. He's a mandala artist. And
is this his work? I can see a mandala over here.
So this is one of his works where it's completely hand-drawn. So all of his works is hand-drawn, and people know him for his own technique. He posts videos of how he does his work and this. So he came to us to create his own brand. What Art Hub did for him is we created his products, branded his project, created packaging design. So how Art Hub helped him is he was an artist that didn't know what to do, where to move, which step takes. He just came us one day asking for help, and we did it all in a month.
I actually like the fact that you combine between your study as a graphic designer and your passion as an artist, and now you're using your knowledge about branding and personal branding to help artists become better in their process. I think that this sums up our interview. I really enjoyed talking with you, Elias. It's always nice catching up with artist friends. So, do you have anything to say before we finish?
Learn how to brand yourself. Don't lose motivation and just keep going as an artist.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.